What's up, YouTube? I'm G Infinite. Today, I'll be doing my 100th episode. Very excited. It's on my Spider-Man Ultimate Collection. And I just want to thank all you guys for viewing my channel and definitely hitting me up in the comment section. I really appreciate all those comments. I accept all kinds of feedback. And I want to thank you guys. Those of you that have subscribed, thank you so much. And I really appreciate you guys. This is episode 100 on my Ultimate Spider-Man collection.
Alright guys, today I'm going to be talking about my Ultimate Spider-Man collection. Most of you guys, if you don't know, I'm a big X-Men, big Spider-Man fan. So this is the latest of the Spider-Man that came out, and I did an episode on that. So I'm not going to take too long talking about these figures in general. The Night Trasher that you're looking at there though is from the Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave, and that's a really cool Night Trasher. I put him in there because I know in the Defenders you see sometimes Spider-Man in those comics as well, so very cool. And then of course there you have Mysterio from Far From Home, and a couple of the Elementals like Hydro Man and Molten Man, the Build-A-Figure there. There you have Tony Stark with the donut. Just a little bit of comedy. I remember him sitting on top of the roof eating donuts, so very cool. And here, if you're looking at these box sets back here, very cool box sets. This is from the Gamerverse series. I don't know how many of you were able to get this, but this is actually from a GameStop exclusive, and this is the Spider-Man from the GameStop. So really cool. Like what they did with this Spider-Man from Gamerverse, and it's just a really cool look to Spider-Man. Like the outfit, and this is of course from the game Spider-Man, so really cool. Hopefully they'll drop a couple more of these, but this definitely you could probably find at GameStop. If not, you might have to go to Amazon or so forth. But a couple other ones that I have here that you're looking at back there, that's the old school Vulture and Spider-Man. This is a double box set. Let me see if I could pull it out. This is from a Walgreens exclusive. This right here is the Vulture, and there you have the Spider-Man with two interchangeable hands. Very cool. And this is from the Ultimate Spider-Man. So I like what they did with this Spider-Man. Of course, one of my favorite Spider-Man, and I'll show you that in a couple of minutes, is the McFarlane Spider-Man. But yeah, they have a couple of cool box sets. I have a bunch, so I'll try to show you as much as I can. Back there, that's the Spider-Man from Homecoming and Mary Jane. Very cool. There you're looking at Spider-Man from Homecoming and Mary Jane. That he also comes with interchangeable hands there. And just like it, you know, it's a different look to Spider-Man with the jacket. There you have Spider-Man, very cool. And then of course Mary Jane, and two interchangeable hands and a head sculpt for her. So that is a nice touch to the Spider-Man and Mary Jane. And that box set is from the Spider-Man Homecoming. So another box set really cool that you're looking at back there, that's the Craven and the Black Spider-Man box set. Let me pull that out for you guys. This Craven is a really nice look. He just looks really mean. Probably do an episode on that, but it's just a really nice touch to Craven. And then of course there you have him with the spear and interchangeable hands. So this Craven, like what they did with the vest there, but I'll probably talk about it in more detail. And he comes with the Black Spider-Man that you're looking at there, and the Peter Parker head sculpt. So it's just really cool. And then of course two interchangeable hands. And this is another box set. There's just so many different box sets that Spider-Man the Wave has dropped. If you're looking back here, there's just a couple more. That's Miles Morales back there. And of course you have there Spider-Gwen, which is really cool from that set. And just a bunch of other really cool figures. There's just so many different box sets. One of my favorite, of course, is back here, and this would be the Spider-Man and Iron Man from Homecoming, and that's just really, really cool. Like what they did with the Iron Man suit there. That's the Iron Man suit from the Homecoming movie, and it just looks really, really neat. Love the head sculpt that they dropped, and of course, it's just a different look to this Iron Man, you know, and of course, different mocks of suits that he has. So it's just so many. But I'll probably talk about the different marks very, very soon when I do an Iron Man episode. But yeah. This is Spider-Man there from Homecoming with an extra head sculpt. And then, of course, he has the Peter Parker head sculpt there. And just really, really cool. So, getting into more of my Spider-Man collection. Here, you have kind of like a little setup that I did. You have Venom there. And that Venom is from the Spider-Man Classics. Really, really massive Venom. Then you have the Black Spider-Man there. That Black Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken, is from the Red Hulk Build-A-Figure. And they did a really good job with that outfit. And then you have Superior Venom there, which is really, really cool. And of course, from the Epic Heroes, you have the Deadpool that you're looking at there. And this Spider-Man is just a really, really cool Spider-Man. You know, when they dropped the Spider-Man, I was like, wow, you know, they did so much work, and they got it right. So I love what they did with that Spider-Man there. And then that is a custom crossbones that I did. I forgot what figure I used for the body, but I'll get back to that in a minute. And then Taskmaster, of course, I had to have him there because, you know, in Ultimate Spider-Man, the cartoons, you see Spider-Man team up with Deadpool to go up against Taskmaster. So just kind of like a little battle scene. And then more of my Spider-Man, that's Spider-Man 2099 that you're looking at back there with the motorcycle. And that's from, if I'm not mistaken, that's from the Green Goblin Build-A-Figure. So just really, really cool. Like what they did with that one. And then here, Carnage as well. Very, very neat. And then of course, a old school Spider-Man there, Black Spider-Man. And that Black Spider-Man is from the Spider-Man Classics. So yeah, this is just a little bit of a setup, you know. Like to pose them. Of course, that's the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure that you're looking at there, which is really, really cool. And he came with a really good Daredevil from that set. And of course, the Spider-Man that comes with the slice of pizza and all those spider. And that's the Spider-Man that you're looking at up there on that spider motorcycle. That's the one that comes with the Hobgoblin. So that Hobgoblin set, really cool. Hopefully you could get a better look. And of course, you have there the late, great Stan the Man Lee that you're looking at. That's Stan the Man Lee that you're looking at there. And that Sandman over here. Really, really cool Sandman. That's a Build-A-Figure Sandman from the old school Tobey Maguire movie. So I like what they did with that. And then, of course, that's Union Jack from the Red Hulk Build-A-Figure. And Falcon comes in a box set. And then here you have Taskmaster, which is really, really cool. Like what they did with that Taskmaster. They kept them with the traditional outfit. And of course, one of my favorite Spider-Man that you're looking at there is the Spider-Man from the McFarlane. That's the McFarlane Spider-Man. And it's, of course, one of my favorite Spider-Man because it's just really detailed if you look there. I mean, they got it right. Very slim, extremely posable, and I really like this Spider-Man. Then here you have a kind of like a little battle scene. There you have Green Goblin and a couple of my other Spider-Men from the Spider-Verse. Sorry about that. And there you have Spider-Punk and just a bunch. Scarlet Spider, the 2099 Spider-Man, but that one is from the Spider-Man Classics. And what you're looking at there is the 12-inch Spider-Man, Black Spider-Man suit from the Marvel Legends series. So that's really, really cool. I like what they did there. But yeah, this is just a couple of my setups. Back there is a Wolverine from the Marvel Legends series and a Hulk. But these guys that you're looking at here, like Daredevil, Hawkeye, and that Spider-Man, those are from Marvel Selects. So if you're looking for those come from the Marvel Select series. And going further down here you see a bunch of other Spider-Man characters. I have Miles Morales there. And I believe that Miles Morales is coming from a Walgreens exclusive, Walmart exclusive, sorry about that. And there you have from the Spider-Man Classics, Scorpion there with the variant suit. And just a bunch of other different Spider-Man from the Multiverse that we're looking at. There you have a couple other. There you have Spider-Ham. And then Electro, some of the villains that I put. Of course, Electro's back there, which is really cool. That's the Build-A-Figure Rhino that you're looking at. And then down here, you're looking at Kraven. That Kraven, he comes, if I'm not mistaken, Kraven is from the Build-A-Figure Rhino. And he also has a couple weapons, but I did add more weapons to him, like that crossbow that you're looking at there. That comes from the Kraven from the Spider-Man Classics. And then, of course, there you have Abomination, the Build-A-Figure. You have my Spider-Hulk. And, of course, another traditional black suit Spider-Man that you're looking at there, which is really, really cool. And just a bunch of really cool characters, man. Like Kraven, but definitely like the new one that comes in that double box set that I showed you guys with the black Spider-Man suit. And it just looks really cool. Spider-Ham, of course, he came from the Venom wave, from Monster Venom, which is pretty amazing. And yeah, so this is another, just a little bit of a setup. I want to get into a couple of my Marvel Selects. Just want to show you there, back there, what you're looking at. For those of you that are wondering, that's from the old Spider-Man movie. These I have a bunch of. If you're seeing, I have a couple of those. And getting into my Marvel Selects, just very quickly want to show you, because Marvel Selects does such an amazing job with the Spider-Man. Of course, Marvel Select dropped the Iron Spider-Man suit, and it's really, really cool. Well done. I mean, love what they did. The height, they got it right, obviously, and just gave it the really cool Iron Spider-Man look. And there he has 6 interchangeable hands, so it's just pretty epic what Marvel Select does. Definitely like Marvel Select a lot too. Big Marvel Legends fan, however, but Marvel Select does really good work as well. Here you have Disney exclusive. This is the Spider-Man with 6 interchangeable hands as well. The Peter Parker head sculpt that you're looking at there, and a camera. So really, really good job. Like what they do with these. This is also a Disney exclusive, and that's a really cool Spider-Man. One of my favorite, of course, is definitely gonna be this guy right here. What you're looking at there, for those of you that don't know, is a very cool Agent Venom. And that Agent Venom just, Disney dropped him, and very hard to get now, but he's also done by Marvel Select. And he just comes really, really, really cool with a base that you're looking at back there. That's a base that he comes with, but just more in detail. That is Agent Venom. Know that, of course, that they dropped him. I believe Walgreens dropped an Agent Venom as well, and now they're gonna drop a anti-Venom, so that's gonna be pretty awesome. Getting more into my Marvel Selects down here. Here you have a couple more of my Spider-Man, just to show you those. And they come with really cool bases, which is pretty neat. Like what they did. And this is from the old Spider-Man movie there. As you can tell by the head sculpt, the eyes are gold. So very, very cool. Like that. And then here you have the Superior Spider-Man from Disney, and he comes with a very cool base. So that's Superior Spider-Man. And here you have, of course, Spider-Woman, and she comes with a bunch of Hydra agents, which is cool because you set them up on that base there, and it just looks really cool. So that's Spider-Woman there. And gonna show you a couple of the villains. Don't want to get into too many of those Spider-Men, but want to show you a little bit of their villains. And one of my favorites, of course, is going to be Venom. Looking at this Venom, just massive. Comes with really cool head sculpt there, that half face and half symbiote. And then, of course, there's the extra Venom head sculpt there. And just a nice look to this Venom. Also, if you can, this is the anti-Venom. And he looks cool too. He has a very cool base. And there you see the hands there, so massive. And just really cool anti-Venom. And he comes with a really, really neat base. One of the harder characters to get, of course, if you're looking at here, is Carnage. I was able to get my hands on it, but definitely a little bit more difficult to get. And that is Carnage. Comes with very cool head sculpts and interchangeable hands, especially that axe that you're looking at there, to change him up into a battle scene. And that's Carnage that you're looking at. So very, very cool. And these are all Marvel Selects that you're looking at. So if you see me pull them out of these boxes, whenever you see these boxes down here, I usually keep my Marvel Selects boxed up. I do have a bunch that are out, but of course I try to keep at least one in the original box. Another Disney exclusive. This is Lizard, and just really, really cool. Really, really cool. Love the size differential. So if you want to do like a setup and you want to use your Marvel Legends Spider-Man, you could definitely do that, and definitely use a Marvel Select Rhino or a Marvel Select Lizard, so he can look a lot bigger than the Spider-Man that you're using from Marvel Legends, which, you know, in appearance, of course, you do know Rhino is actually a lot bigger than Spider-Man, so it just makes it look really cool when you do a setup. Green Goblin over here is cool because he comes with Peter Parker, and I want to give you guys a good look. This Green Goblin is amazing. I like what they did because obviously there you see the little bomb that they gave him. And then, of course, he's flying, and as he's flying, he has Peter Parker tied up. So there you see Peter Parker with his Spider-Man outfit kind of like ripped up, and he's just flying around with Spider-Man tied up and just laughing about it. And this is a really, really nice Marvel Select. Like what they did with this one. So yeah, if you guys are looking for Marvel Selects, they're really cool. There I have a bunch of other. That's from the movie Lizard. Of course, Spider-Woman. This one right here that you're looking at is Rhino. And that Rhino, just massive. Massive Rhino. And just really cool. You put him up against a Spider-Man and he makes Spider-Man look really small. Of course, you have a couple others. That's Electro and Cloak and Dagger from Marvel Select. So these are a couple of my Marvel Selects. I do have many more, but of course these are more of the ones that pertain to Spider-Man, since this is my Ultimate Spider-Man collection. And if you're looking for anything, or you're curious about certain Marvel Select that you see here, definitely hit me up, man, on the comment section, and I'll be able to help you guys. I'm gonna try to get as much of this as I can. Here, of course, you're looking at Carnage. This Carnage right here is from the Venom wave, from the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. And then, of course, my Gamerverse Spider-Man that I showed you in that box. And it's just really cool that you see him hanging. And that's just a little bit of a fight scene. Now getting into a little bit more. This is a bit of a big setup. I have a couple of really cool figures here. I'm going to try to get through most of them. There, of course, that's from the Kingpin Build-A-Figure. And then, of course, that's from the Green Goblin Build-A-Figure that you're looking at there. The Spider-Woman. And just a bunch of other cool Multiverse Spider-Man figures. You have Shocker over there. Over there in the back, that's the Sandman Build-A-Figure. And that guy that you're looking at there with that amazing wingspan is from Homecoming. That is the Build-A-Figure from the Homecoming Spider-Man movie. And that's Vulture. And just a lot of cool characters. That's also from the Homecoming. And that's Spider-Man there. If you notice, he's facing Vulture up there. And then Absorbing Man, you have the Hulk there. These are from Spider-Man Classics. And then, of course, another Spider-Woman. Very cool. And that's also another Spider-Woman from the Green Goblin Build-A-Figure. And Miles Morales. That Miles Morales, really cool. Like I said, just love the look that they gave him. And then, of course, you have another Black Spider-Man. And if you're looking back there, that's from the older Spider-Man movie that came out before, of course, Homecoming. And that's the Lizard. And there you have Electro. Like I said, I like the original old school Electro, so big Spider-Man comic book fan, so yeah. And then down here, kind of like a funny setup. You know, you have here Spider-Man and Namor fighting there. So it's just really cool. Of course, Hydro Man has to be in that back. And then that's from the House of M Spider-Man. And that Spider-Man is from the Homecoming. He's from the Vulture Build-A-Figure as well. Old school Spider-Man Classics Lizard that you're looking at there in the back. And an old school Spider-Man Classic Shocker. The characters that you see up here from the Kingpin wave. That's the Red Goblin that you're looking at there. And then, of course, another cool Spider-Man in the black suit. And just a bunch of amazing characters, man. Wish I had more time to show you guys, but there's so many to go through. Have a lot of cool. Of course, there I have, you see the setup there with Absorbing Man, the Build-A-Figure, and then on top of that, the Green Goblin and the Hobgoblin, which is just a really, really cool setup. Now going further down, that Mary Jane and that Spider-Man I did an episode on. That's also a double box set, and I believe that's a Toys R Us exclusive back there. And then of course, these are the characters from the Lizard Build-A-Figure wave. And just really, really cool. There you have Nor, and you have, of course, Mysterio, who was a very difficult character to get in that wave. And then from the Spider Drone, you got a couple of my setups here with Daredevil, Scarlet Spider, Cloak and Dagger, and that's from the Spider Drone Build-A-Figure. Gwenpool, that right there is Dr. Octopus. Really cool Dr. Octopus. And then of course Spider-Man from the House of M. Spider-Woman, just really, really cool. So that's just a little bit of a setup. Let me go ahead and show you guys that a little bit better. And then of course going further up here, that is the Spider-Man Raft set that you're looking at. That's a box set. It's called the Raft. Comes with Purple Man, Spider-Man, just a bunch of cool characters, Abomination and so forth. So really, really good look at that. There you see a very cool Sandman. So getting further down. Now here, these mainly are all from my Spider-Man classics. So if you have any questions on these or you want to know a little bit more about them, these guys right here from the Spider-Man classics that you're looking at, and these two actually came in a double box set. That Spider-Man and Abomination came in a double box set. And of course there you have Rhino, very cool metallic look. Different look to Rhino. Hobgoblin back there, if you can see, that's the Dr. Octopus, and just a bunch of different characters that you're looking at there. Electro, and just very, very cool. Love the armor Spider-Man that you're looking at. I'm not sure if you guys were able to see him, but yeah, that's the armor Spider-Man back there. And just a really, really cool look. So these are a bunch of different Spider-Man classics. Very expensive, some of these, and hard to get. So, yeah. Getting further down, my Venom, Monster Venom Build-A-Figure wave here. There you have Poison, and you just have a bunch of other characters from that Build-A-Figure. Scream is back there. That Lizard is from the classic Spider-Man classics, so I threw him in there. And this is, of course, Spider-Man from the movie before Homecoming, which was really cool. Like the outfit. He came with a backpack, a skateboard, and a Peter Parker head sculpt. So I like that they did that, and I just threw him in there against all the different characters on that Venom BAF wave. So there you have Venom, and of course Carnage. And here are some of the Netflix exclusives from that wave. And of course you have the Punisher there. And I believe these characters were from the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure, which is a really cool Build-A-Figure. And I have him in a setup with my Thunderbolts. But of course what you're looking at there is the Kingpin Build-A-Figure that comes with a ton of Spider-Man figures.
And back there, the old school face-off Kingpin. So I wanted to throw him in there with that Daredevil setup from the Netflix. So yeah, very, very cool. Getting more into my Spider-Man collection over here. Wanted to show you guys just a couple of other, of course, these characters, just a bunch of different characters, and another very cool setup that you're looking at there. Some of these, of course, are Spider-Man classics with Marvel Legends. So just wanted to show you right there, that Scorpion. I showed you the variant, but that's the actual Scorpion from Spider-Man classics. And then, of course, you have a Spider-Man classics Green Goblin. That's the anti-Venom that you're looking at there. Of course, Beetle. Vulture from Spider-Man Classics. That Beetle is Marvel Legends, by the way. And that's Spider-Man Classic Spider-Man. Another Marvel Legends there. And, of course, who can forget Jonah Jameson? And believe it or not, that Jonah Jameson is very cool because they come with 3 different head sculpts. I believe Chameleon and Hammerhead. So that's a really cool setup as well. And then further down here are my movie characters. This is from the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. And that's just a little bit of a setup there. And so just really, really cool. And that's, of course, from the movie. Now, going into this side, here you have a couple of my Thunderbolts. But, of course, more of my massive Spider-Man collection. There you have a Build-A-Figure Absorbing Man, Build-A-Figure Green Goblin. Of course, you have the Beetle there. You have, that is a Marvel Select Rhino that you're looking at there. And of course, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, who you see a lot with Spider-Man. And then, of course, a very cool Spider-Man there with the White Tiger, Nova. And this is from like the Ultimate Spider-Man, so I kind of decided to put them all together because in Ultimate Spider-Man you have Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Spider-Man, White Tiger, and Nova. So that's just a bit of a setup that I did there. And if you could see, the Nova looks from that Nova is from the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. So just a really cool look to that. And then another Carnage there. That's from Spider-Man Classics. And that Spider-Man with the 6 arms that you're looking at there, that is from the Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. And of course, that Daredevil is from the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure, which is really cool. That set up him between Daredevil and the Spider-Man that comes with the bunch of different accessories, including the pizza. Very, 2 of the more harder figures to get in that Build-A-Figure wave. And then down here, a very cool setup. There you have Rhino from the Build-A-Figure with the Spider-Man 2099. That's the Marvel Legends Chameleon that I told you that comes with the Jonah Jameson head sculpt as well, and also Hammerhead. And then, of course, you have the Scarlet Spider there. And, you know, the Scarlet Spider, just a really, really cool figure, like what they did with him. And he comes with interchangeable heads and hands as well. Okay, and then, of course, another Scarlet Spider that you're looking at there with Venom. That Scarlet Spider is also from the Rhino BAF wave, which is really, really cool. I believe I have another one in the back there. and he has the Rhino Build-A-Figure head there that you're looking at. So yeah, this is the Venom Build-A-Figure. I love that Build-A-Figure, really, really cool. Of course, wanted him to have a little bit of more interchangeable stuff, but it's fine with me. It looks really massive and really cool. And then, of course, there you have the different Spider-Man. That's the big time Spider-Man there that you're looking at. And, of course, Multiverse Spider-Man. And another monster Venom. And just a really, really, really cool setup here. Love what they did with these Spider-Man. For those of you that are looking at those different types of Spider-Man, like what they did, that's from the white Spider-Man, I believe, that I have in the box over here. Hold on, give me 1 second. This white Spider-Man that you're looking at here is from the Arnim Zola Build-A-Figure, and also have him. Don't have him out. I kept him in the box, but just really, really cool. Like this white suit Spider-Man. And then I believe I have all of them, including the red one also. And that's Scarlet Spider. And he's from this Scarlet Spider is from the Rocket Raccoon Build-A-Figure. So if you're looking for those, just really cool to keep some of them in the boxes, because they are, of course, a little bit more valuable when they're kept in the box. But here you have my big time Spider-Man, and that's also from the Arnim Zola Build-A-Figure. So I have both of them set up there, and of course, just wanted to show you that. And you see Chameleon there and a couple others. But going further down, that's Silver Sable from the Kingpin Build-A-Figure. And then, of course, that right there that you're looking at, very, very cool Spider-Man. Just to show you, that's Miles Morales there. But that Spider-Man is actually from the Green Goblin Build-A-Figure. And he's really, really cool. And then, of course, there you have Iron Fist. Couple of Hand Ninjas. Some of the old school Defenders there. Moon Knight. And just a bunch of Night Trasher there. I threw in Wolverine. But, of course, I know, he probably won't be in that kind of setup. And Ghost Rider. And that Ghost Rider is from the Rhino Build-A-Figure. And then there you have the Walgreens exclusive Punisher from the War Journals. Like that Punisher a lot. And then further down here, you're looking at a couple more of my Spider-Man classic Sandman. There you have Daredevil. And that Venom that you're looking at, that Venom is actually from Marvel Select. And another Spider-Man Classics Rhino back there. And that's Kraven from the Spider-Man Classics. And just a bunch of my other Spider-Man that you're looking at. So, guys, I definitely want to encourage you guys, man. If you have any comments or you really want to know about some of these characters in more detail, please hit me up on that comment section. Let me know what you thought. And, of course, I'll be able to help you guys. If you're looking for something that, obviously you saw, or maybe I didn't go into too much explanation on some of these Spider-Man, just go ahead and hit me up on that comment, and I'll definitely help you guys out. So, like I said, man, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This episode is on my Spider-Man collection, and like you see up there, that's just a bunch of my Marvel Select Spider-Man. That's Marvel Select Venom, Marvel Select Spider-Woman, Carnage, and that Marvel Select dagger that you're looking at there. And yeah, these are a bunch of my characters. I hope you guys enjoyed this Spider-Man Ultimate Collection. And like I said, definitely hit me up on the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed my Ultimate Spider-Man collection. Please subscribe, hit that bell for the next notification, and definitely hit us with a like. I'm G Infinite. Peace out, YouTube.